Are you new here in the Hunter Call of the Wild, and are you struggling to find any animals? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys every single method that I use to find hundreds and hundreds of animals on a daily basis, find all sorts of trophies, and to have an insane amount of fun pulling thousands and thousands of animals off of my maps every single week. So sit back, relax, stay tuned until the end of today's video, because if you guys do miss out on anything at all, it can and will mess up the method that I'm going to be showing you guys today, because if you don't hear everything that I'm going to be talking about, you won't pull in all the information, and it is crucial that you do stay until the end of the video. So before we get started, if you do find today's video helpful in any way, shape, or form, definitely let me know down below by smashing that like button and subscribing, as it is much appreciated, and it is the #1 thing that can help support the YouTube channel algorithms. My name is Squid, you're watching Squidster Outdoors, and let's dive right in. The very first step to find animals here in the Hunter Call of the Wild is to pick what map you want to hunt on, and pick a specific species that you would like to hunt. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to find animals just by casually running around. That's actually what I'm doing here in Virunga Savannah as I'm recording this, but you're going to find way more animals by hunting them at their drink time. Now, let's use whitetail in Reventuli Coast as an example. What you guys are going to want to do is go ahead and join my Discord server. I will leave the link to that in the description for you guys, and you're going to want to navigate to the hotspot map section, and in that section there is a list of every single map in the game, and inside of those folders is a hotspot map for every single species in the entire game. Ooh, we have a level 3 springbok. I only have the Hansen on me, so it looks like we're not getting integrity on this one. And there we go. So what those hotspot maps are going to provide to you is the information that you're going to need to know to understand when and where to hunt every single species in any map in the game. Now, like I said, we're going to be using whitetail and Reventuli as an example. As you can see on the hotspot map, the best way to hunt them is at their drink time, and they drink in Reventuli and pretty much every single map that there is whitetail from 8 AM until 12 PM. Absolutely obliterated that springbok, by the way. So what you're going to want to do is, if you haven't unlocked your map yet, I would strongly suggest at least unlocking 3/4 of it, because in order to have a good variety of locations to hunt at, you're going to want to have every single map unlocked. Watch my Call of the Wild beginner's guide if you're still this early into the game, but definitely still stick around until the end, because there's going to be a lot of crucial information that you guys cannot miss out on. So once you make it to your outpost or your tent, either one will work. Tents are actually cheaper to change the time. If you're trying to save money, I'd strongly suggest getting the tent DLC, as you're going to need that in the future if you ever want to grind or anything. And for whitetail, I usually set the time to 10:45, and the reason for that is because of the fact that whitetail are pretty inconsistent here in Reventuli, and I find that they don't make it to the lakes until around the last hour of their drink time, and I am doing a whitetail great one grind, and I've found that 10:45 is the sweet spot. So once you've set it to the right time, I recommend main menuing just to get your animals reset and into their zones. So we're going to go ahead and click continue. Now pick a water source that they can potentially be at by looking at the hotspot map and targeting any highlighted water source. For me, I'm just going to pick this lake right here since I'm set up at it, and there's nothing here. It happens. Just pick a different water source. Let's do this one. I think there's actually a diamond up here that I have stacked. And here we go. Tons of whitetail. If I were going to shoot them, I would take out my rifle and shoot whatever one I would want to shoot. Bunch of decent bucks in there. I'm saving them for a main zone though. If you guys don't know what that is, just completely ignore me, as if you're this early into the game, great one grinding is something that you shouldn't worry about until you're at least level 30. Now for me at this lake, as for right now, I'm just harvesting this zone. So you know what? Let's shoot a few. Now when you're aiming, you're going to want to make sure that you're putting that crosshair right behind his front leg there, because that's going to give you the most ethical shot possible. I'm going to try to get 3. I highly doubt that's going to happen, but nope, it's not looking like it. I think we got the 2 though. Yes, we did. Nice. Now, a lot of times I'll see in live streams, players are coming at me telling me that they simply cannot find animals, and something that I always ask them is how they're hunting. 99, if not 100% of the time, they'll be telling me that they're just running out from the starter outpost, they have the starter loadout, and all they want to do is find an animal. Well, it's just not that easy, my friends. Certain animals congregate to different parts of the maps at certain times of the day. Drink zones are always always the easiest way to hunt a particular species, and if you don't have more than at least 1 or 2 of the beginning lookout points discovered, I wouldn't even be looking for animals yet. The very first thing that I did when I made the switch to PC is I went through and I unlocked every single map DLC that I own. I believe the only ones that I don't own are Mississippi and Rancho. Probably not going to end up buying them either. If I really want to hunt on them, I'll just go over to my PlayStation account. As come to think about it, I really haven't made a console video in a long time anyways. And another pro to having your map at least 70% of the way unlocked is just the variety of areas that you can hunt at. Having that wide variety of areas that you can hunt at gives you the opportunity for all different sorts of species, whether it's deer, waterfowl, upland birds, predators, cats, not house cats, like tigers, lions, lynx. There are so many species in the game that you can hunt. Having your map unlocked is so crucial, and it's genuinely surprising how many players I see that just simply do not have their map unlocked, and what you guys don't realize is that is holding you back so far. Okay, so we're back here at the outpost, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys my loadout. I do use DLC. DLC is very crucial, especially weapon DLC, and as always, I will have the links to every DLC that I'm using in the description below, and I'll probably end up naming them off as I show you guys what weapons and just general hunting equipment I have, as this is probably going to be the best loadout for any beginner player because of the fact that it's going to cover classes 1 all the way till class 9. So you can hunt every single species in the game with this exact loadout. So the first weapon that I always carry on me is the Arzina 300 Magnum Tactical. This is a class 7 to 9 rifle. It's amazing for moose, black bear, or any class 7 to 9 species. It absolutely decimates them. It is by far one of the best guns, if not the best gun in the game. Watch my top 5 best guns in the Hunter Call of the Wild video if you guys haven't seen that yet. I'm not going to shoot a goose with the 300, I'm just spotting them. That would just be a menace to society. There are a lot of different 7 to 9 rifles to choose from, but if you're going for the best one, and the best one for efficiency, I would suggest the Arzina here because of the fact that it has 5 rounds, it's semi-automatic, and it shoots very fast. The ammo is a bit pricey, but with the amount of animals that you're going to be shooting with it, you'll make the money back in no time. Okay, so the second rifle I carry on me is optional. This is the brand new Hansen 30-06. It just came out here a few days ago in the Rapid Hunt Rifle DLC, and personally, between the Hansen 30-06 and the in-game M1 I Win It collection, I believe it's called. The gun names are crazy in this game. They're pretty much the same. I believe this one has one more shot in it. I'm gonna make a comparison video between the two 30-06s in the game, but this one is semi-automatic and it has slightly less recoil as demonstrated. Doesn't shoot very fast, but it does have 5 shots, so that's a plus. And it is overall a very good weapon. I would strongly suggest it. And oh yeah, the scope that I use on every single weapon is the Odin. You can find that in the Scopes and Crosshairs DLC. And I forgot to say that you can find the Arzina 300 in the High Power Weapon DLC as well. The Hansen 30-06 covers classes 4 to 8, so you can use it on pretty much any deer species in the game with the exception of the smaller deers, all the way up to moose, black bear, brown bear, I mean, you name it. It's pretty much an everything rifle besides the absolute biggest classes in the game and the smallest classes in the game. It's a medium rifle, let's just put it that way. Okay, so for classes 2 to 6, I carry with me the Quist Reaper 762. Now, this is another gun that just came out in the Rapid Hunt Rifle DLC here just a few days ago, and this is pretty much just a 243 on steroids. It is rocking a new ammo type, the 762x39, and it is by far the best 2 to 6 rifle in the entire game. It chambers 5 shots, it's semi-automatic, it shoots relatively fast, and the reload animation is so cool. Obviously, I have the Odin slapped on there, which again is from the Scopes and Crosshairs DLC, and the best part about the new 762 is the fact that I can shoot a raccoon with it, and then I can turn around and shoot a whitetail with it. It is an absolute brute. Compared to the 243, it's just an all-day choice on the new 762. Again, the Quist Reaper can be found in the Rapid Hunt Rifle DLC, and we really needed this rifle. In my opinion, it's the best gun in the entire DLC. The other two were just kind of remodels to weapons that already existed with already existing calibers. So if you really want to get the 2 to 6 rifle, I would suggest the Rapid Hunt DLC. If not, then I would say that it's really not worth it for a beginner player. Okay, and last but not least, for class 1 species, I have the 22 LR on me. This chambers 10 rounds. It shoots pretty fast. You can 0 to 150 with it, and it gets the job done for any species that you're able to hunt on the ground at least. It's kind of a challenge to hit them in the air. In that case, I would recommend switching to the Argus scope, which gives you a little bit more of a zoom with less visibility, I guess we can say. Definitely not the best scope in the game, but it zooms pretty far. And the plus side to the Argus is it is base game and it's not DLC. Now, you should also keep in mind that certain species like pheasants, you cannot shoot them on the ground, otherwise you will get no score. I believe hazel grouse you can't hunt on the ground either, and a couple other of the upland bird species here in Reventuli, but pretty much all the geese, all the waterfowl and ducks, you can shoot them all while they're landed on the ground, so you don't really got to worry about that. Got some nice goldeneye up there, by the way. 1200 on that guy, wow. As for collars, I bring with me the electronic collar and the deer bleat collar. They both work very well. The electronic collar is pretty much every single collar in one, even though it is kind of a hassle to place it, but I would always suggest it. And then last but definitely not least, the binoculars that I carry with me are the base game Apex View 7x42 binoculars. These are the upgraded ones. It takes a handful of XP to unlock them and then a good chunk of in-game cash, but it is worth it because they zoom very far and it has a built-in rangefinder. But anyways, guys, if you found today's video helpful in any way, shape, or form, definitely let me know down below, as always, by smashing that like button and subscribing. And if you want to learn how to find more trophies in the game, definitely check out my video that I made with Lady Legend. I will leave the link to that video down below, as we did cover all of our best tips and tricks for finding more trophies here in the Hunter Call the Wild with ease. Hey guys, my name is Squid, you're watching Squidster Outdoors, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.